Alright, so this is going to be a video about the PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility, which I talked about from the PlayStation 2 games. And I talked about it a couple weeks ago in a video that said you're going to be able to soon play certain PlayStation 2 games on there. And I thought it would have been like how Microsoft's doing it with the 360 games, but this is actually a different way, and I kind of don't like this way. First of all, what are they doing? They're going to have, on the PlayStation Store, certain PS2 games you can download. And okay, that's what Microsoft is doing as well, but with 360 games. But this is actually, this is the part that's really bothering me. You won't be able to put the discs into the console and play them, so kind of like what Microsoft is doing, where if you have some old 360 games, you put them in the Xbox One, they install to the console and they work. Well, these PS2 games, you're just going to have to buy them from the store. Kind of like on the PS3, how you can get some old PS1 games from the store, but I think this is kind of misleading because it was described as backwards compatibility. When I hear backwards compatibility, I expect or I assume that I can take a game that I have or anything that I have, a DVD, a game console, anything, or a controller, anything I have, and use it on the new system. That's what I think when I hear backwards compatibility. I don't think of downloading old PS2 games that were made for the PS4 now. I don't think that's backwards compatibility, and that's what I don't understand. Another thing is, these games are going to be available from the store for $10 to $15, which I also think is a ripoff because the old PS2 games, you could probably get them. You probably already own some of them, but if you don't, you could probably get them for like $2 or $3 on eBay. I'm not even sure how much you could get them for. I'll try to look up that sometime, but it's still kind of disappointing, and you won't be able to play them. That's why another problem I had. The main reason why I was making this video is I don't want anyone who saw my previous video to go on to this video or to go out, put a PS2 game in their PS4 and complain that it doesn't work. So that's another reason why I wanted to make this, just to inform you guys about that. Another thing is, these games would not be hard to make the discs playable on there. It's not too late for Sony to make the PS2 discs playable on the PS4, and I bet they should eventually. They probably won't, but I hope they do. Another thing is these games are anywhere from 961 gigabytes to 4 gigabytes, so it's not going to take that much space. I'm just reading off of here. And another thing I have a problem with is Sony back in E3 of 2013 or 2012 or whenever the PS4 and Xbox One had their E3 conference. What happened to all this about the gamer stuff, where every action we do is for the gamer, where we're not going to have DRM for the gamer, we're doing whatever the gamer wants us to do? Well, at this point, what they're doing now is completely anti-gamer. It seems like something Microsoft would have done in 2013 when the Xbox One was originally revealed, and Sony. I don't know, this really just doesn't seem like something the PlayStation 4, for a console that was supposed to be all about the gamer, that really doesn't seem like something they'd do. If they truly were about the gamer, well, the gamer probably has the PS2 games or is willing to find them to play them on there. And the gamer is more likely to do that than to go on the PlayStation Store and pay anywhere from $10 to $15 for something they already own that isn't even worth that price. And yes, the games have been upscaled and all, and there is achievements or trophies, as they're called on the PS4, in the games. But is that honestly worth it? I'm not gonna pay for a game I already own just to get some stupid trophies that don't mean anything. Yes, I get some people do a ton for those trophies, but I really don't see a point in them. I really don't see a point in paying for these games just for live streaming them and trophies, stuff that you could do on a normal PS4 game. Sony was trying to make that they have trophies and live streaming and all that a big feature, but that's standard for the PS4. That's how they should have done it in the first place if they were to do this, so I don't see how that's a big feature. That seems like something that I saw once. I saw this one tablet. It was some shitty brand one, and one of the big features was it had Wi-Fi. That's not something to really brag about. That's not a big thing. That's really what that seems like, going like, well, we have trophies and we have the live streaming. That's not really a big feature. Almost every PS4 game has that, so that's not a big feature. I don't see. I'm just really, yeah. Some of the stuff I may say, I may not, doesn't make sense right now, but I'm just kind of confused with this. This doesn't make sense right now. I think this is complete bullshit because the way it was worded a couple weeks ago really sounded like backwards compatibility. And when I heard an emulator, if you download an emulator for your computer to play NES games, you can play all the NES ROMs, and even if you get like a PS2 emulator on your computer, you can put a PS2 game in your computer and play it. That's how an emulator works. This is not even an emulator. This is just PS2 games for the PS4. That's really what it is, and these are basically remastered games that are not available for the disc. I think this is kind of a stupid idea, and it's not too late for Sony to go back and make them compatible with the discs. That's all I really have to say. And what are your thoughts on this? The main reason why I wanted to make this video is so no one gets confused over what I've said in the past about the PS2 and the PS4 emulation. But what do you think of this? Do you think this is great what Sony's doing, or would you have rather just had it work like it does on Microsoft's Xbox One games with the 360 games? That's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.